Welcome to your colorful body yoga class. My name is Estelle Thompson, and this class is an intermediate Vinyasa based flow, really focusing on the colors of the body, most especially the 7 chakra centers of the body. When I do this class, I like to start by sitting on one of my hands, and I have the left one on the crown of my head. And I have the right one on my sits bones, my coccyx. And this is a way for me to really highlight my spine. And as I sit here, I really ground in to the first 3 centers of my body. We'll be working with the colors here. So the first colors is red, and then orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and finally pink or white. As you can see here, I switch my grip. This is as you like. A lot of this practice is a lot of just personal preference. I'm not too picky on which hand goes where, just as long as it feels comfortable and that you gather a sense of presence here in the colors of your body, the marvelous rainbow body that you are. And so softening your jaw, your face, and becoming really buoyant and light and grounded, and yet at the same time uplifted by this practice. So highlighting the conduit, the spinal conduit, now I just go to the fluid part of my body, which is really the space in between my hips, my low back, where my sexual organs are. And I breathe into, this is really the color orange. So I can go and breathe into the red, the legs, my feet, my bones, my flesh. And then I go up really into the waters of me, which is the color orange. And from orange, yellow, I go up to green, and I use the heart charging station, perhaps one of my favorite mudra from the traditions. And that enables me to really get a sense of the front of my heart, but also the back door of my heart. I sense my breath here, passing in, passing out, illuminating my heart, and that bridge to the higher realms of the chakra, which is my neck chakra here. And you can say I put one hand in front and one hand behind. I can touch my body if I want. I don't have to, as long as I feel the warmth of my arms alongside me. You can see here I gather some cards and I place them in front of me. If you had any type of chakra painting, you can have them around, having as much color around you as possible to really emanate what we are trying to create here in this colorful body yoga class. The same with my third eye here as I breathe in and as I breathe out, the site of creative confidence, clairvoyance, intuition. And finally, I go ahead in a rainbow mudra. I place my middle fingers inside my palms and I let my thumb and pinky out. And I love to imagine a rainbow right on top of me. And I'm kind of sitting right under the rainbow. So using any type of creative visualization, any type of imagery that might help you stay grounded within your practice today. Have some visual anchors, make it fun and playful. Bring your palms now at your chest. A moment of gratitude for this practice that is so colorful, that is so brilliant in all its ways. All right, let's get moving. Extend your legs out into a triangle shape. We'll do the rooting exercise plant your palms down and then putting as much or as little pressure as you would like, and keeping your face nice and soft. And I like to take my fist and then give myself little taps just to wake my body up. And again, going from the ground up, and as I wake up to the higher realms of my energetic pranic body. And I went up to my jaw, up to my crown of my head, into a side body here. So grounding down through my fingertips, extending, utilizing my other hand as a bit of a leverage here, going up or down. My face is still nice and calm. And then I'll use co-contraction to make my way onto the other side. And I'll go one way and then the other, utilizing the wind of my breath to carry me from one side to the other. Once I finish that, I'll turn around and I'll come into a figure 4 shape with my legs. So extend both legs out, right heel to the top of the left thigh. I had my little dog here, didn't want me to do some yoga. So bend the left knee, lift the hips up, inhale, and exhale to bring the forehead onto the shin. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to come into your little cocoon. So come on, and again, really utilizing your breath here to lift you up. So inhaling, hips up, exhaling, forehead to shin. Continue and extend the right leg out. Take your hand behind the shin, pull from the heel. If it's available for you, peace fingers onto your big toes, and pull, lower, and we'll switch it up. So take the other leg and we'll take the left heel to the top of the right thigh. Again, flex both feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. And let's try to figure out my wrists here. So figure out for yourself too if you want your fingers out or in. We'll go up, inhale, and exhale, hips down and forehead down. A nice little dynamic stretch into the hips, into the spine before we begin moving quite vigorously today, I must admit, and just kind of wake us up in all the colors that we are. And then extend the other leg, pull from the heel, grab the toes if that's available. And you can lower it down, extending both legs. And we'll do a wave like through the spine. I've been calling these kind of like seaweed motion. I started the practice on the floor, so we're really connecting again to our feet, our legs, the roots of us, what's red, what's earth, and then into water. And then I find the water really leads me into waking up the fire of my belly here. So I cannot do this safely if my core is not engaged. So to really get into the belly, and then opening my heart into the greenest pastures of my heart. As I breathe in, I let space for my neck so it doesn't obstruct my neck, making way for what wants to make way. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms together, and we'll go on our backs and bend the knees. We'll do some rock and rolling forward and back, and again, highlighting the spine here. And we'll make our way into a tabletop position. You can sway your hips left and right here. Okay, doing what you need to do. And I went into some little fire breaths. So these are optional. They get you really kind of warmed up from the inside out. Short, sharp exhales through your nose. Short, sharp exhale through your mouth. Come into a funny sphinx here with the bum right up on the floor. We'll recreate this, which will lead us into a pincha and also a headstand. So curl your toes. We're going into some arm balances today, which is really good for the crown chakra to get the blood flowing into your nervous system, activating the subtle parts there. Okay, so full sphinx now. So your hips are down, really ground them down onto the earth and rising up from the chest. Option to just sway your legs here, again getting a bit more into the sides of the body, the hips. And if this doesn't feel good for you, just don't do it. Lower your legs back down and we'll go in prostration pose. Reach your arms out. One of my favorite ways to feel the reversal energetics of my body, breathing into the places that I don't often see. And up I go into a downward facing dog. I walk one of my legs forward. This is something I've been doing to help me with the sides of my body, my IT bands. As you can see before doing it, what I am doing. So kind of bending my right knee to the side, really elongating the side there. And I'll do it with the other side. This is a bit of just an intuitive move I've been doing for myself to really get into the sides of my body before I start moving in a more wholesome way. And I'll circle my knees one way. And I'll go ahead and go on the other way, getting into the water of me and walking mindfully forward. Took a break here, getting some bouncing, getting ragdolly through my upper body, and releasing what I don't need. Utkatasana, bring your arms alongside the body, palms face down, bring the weight into your heels, interlace your fingers, Yoga Mudra, palms touch, and rise on back up, palms touch. Interlace your fingers, pointer finger up, and I went into a half moon standing here. My arms are cut off, but that's what I'm doing. So inhale, reach your arms up and exhale to the side, one side and the other. More activation of the side body. Bending the elbows, cradling my head as I lean back and I open my heart towards the sky. And it's almost like I'm giving a little neck pull here. And imagine somebody pulling my elbows and back to my little rainbow mudra. Out, often utilizing Kundalini. So palms back at your chest, Samastitihi, and bring your toes together, palms at the chest to begin our sequence today. I'm so happy you are here. Let's begin Colorful Body Yoga class. Sweep your arms up, inhale, look up. And exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, long spine. Come back, Utkatasana, palms to the side. Interlace your fingers, palms touch. And we'll come back up as a bit of a warm-up sequence here. Reach your arms up and high, interlace your fingers. You're back into our rainbow mudra here, which will be a bit of a theme for us today. Sweep your arms back from under. Samastitihi. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep up, look up. Exhale, dive all the way down. So highlighting a long line, vertical line here. Inhale, long spine, plant your fingers, and then sweep the right foot up, find your toes. Find your knee and prop your arms up, palms face down. Magnetize your thighs. Interlace your fingers at the back again. Really tight grip here. Inhale again. And exhale to sit down, hips to heel. So lots of core here as you find your seat. Undo your arms, let your arms float here. We'll make our way back to the front, curl your back toes, prop up a little kip. So half splits as you kick, keeping your hips squared and then coming back through. High knee and twist. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand back. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears and come back to center. And warrior one, reach your arms up, igniting the whole body. And then we'll do the little pulses, spanda pulses. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, sweep up. See how I'm pumping through my front knee here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Into warrior two. Find your warrior two first. And skandasana. So utilize your hands, press your hands together, and we'll go on the other side. A little goddess as you sway, bring back some water into your really strong flow. Sweep your arms all the way up, straighten your legs, palms back at the chest, hands to the hips. Heel toe, back to high knee. Reach your arms up, inhale, and twist. And you can add the arm here if you'd like. I look really serious, but I was really having fun. And back to center. And then into Tadasana. Ta-da! Here I am, full of colors. Bring your palms back at your chest. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. And exhale, straight line all the way down. Long spine, inhale, plant your fingertips, and we'll lift the left this time. Find your big toe first, mindfully. Left knee down. Prop up. Okay, so your belly button away from that right thigh, long neck. Interlace my fingers at the back, yoga mudra, hips to heel as I exhale into Hardha Anuman. And walking to the front again, a little kick up, kick. And I'll bring that knee up and high into a high knee. And bringing it up into, and I forgot my twist here, but I'm here in warrior two. So hopefully you went to the front and did a little twist before landing in a warrior two. I was too excited, I think. And then skandasana on the left side. And we'll go left, right, left. And then that will be my second twist on the left side. Sweep my arms up, palms back at the chest, the hands to the hips, heel toe, left knee up and high. Right hand to the left thigh, left hand back. Nice. And twist. So we'll come back to center and we'll continue adding on to that, spicing it up. Tadasana. But first, a little intermission to go back to some kriya that we've been doing to highlight our colorful body. So come to Tadasana, hands to the hips, some hip circle, really embodying water and swirls and swirl of the second chakra and the sacral centers. And then the fire, this is one of my favorite one to highlight the fire in my belly as I go in and out from the solar plexus, and I can make them really nice and vigorous. I love this one. It reminds me of how much power I have in front of me to transform. And my heart, trusting my heart, letting myself linger here. And I went up to my third eye, intuition, inspiration, seeing the bones of seeing the world really are there. And rainbow back at my center. All right, let's do this. We are firing things up. Sweep your arms up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, dive all the way down. Long spine, inhale. And exhale, we'll kick and we'll land right toes down. Prop up. Interlace your fingers. Sit. Okay. Making your way to the front, we'll kick. And then I went ahead and started little hops. So hands to the hips, hop into handstand, hop. So left knee in. Okay, if that's not for you, you can just do a half downward facing dog. And we'll land into Warrior 2, or just landing in Warrior 2 and, waiting for us there. Skandasana right away, palms at the chest, bending the right knee. Press my hands, that really gives me a nicer lift. I'm in Goddess, I go wee, 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 wee. And then extend your arms, your legs, big star as I come back to center. And a little hop, like a kick, right knee nice and high. And then I went for the full hand to toe pose. So giving myself really nice time to settle. I was kind of pulling all my release valves back into my body here and pulling on the side. So obviously the variation for this is to keep your knee bent and do a twist from that, or opening your knee on the right side. Standing pigeon, right heel to the top of the left thigh, arms by your side, sweep your arms up, and our little rainbow mudra that we've been doing. Sweep your arms from under, right knee up, and lowering it down. Okay, and not to worry, this flow is really fast, so if the first time you're doing this, you're lost a little, it's okay. There's always next time, yeah? Sweep your arms up, inhale, look up. Exhale, dive all the way down. Long spine, breathe in the sides of the body, plant your fingertips, left foot lands down. Left knee lands down. Prop your arms, navel away, interlace your fingers and sit. Hips to heel. And I'll go and walk my way to center. Kick up. Okay, so you could grab behind your shin too if you don't want to do the hops. And if not, we go up. We try. Did I stop? I don't know. Hop. Hop. These are really good cardio, and we'll find our way into, here we are, Warrior 2. Whew. So drop the shoulders. We do Skandasana on that side. Being mindful of your knee. I had a little weak knee here, so pull up. Palms at the chest. Good. And making your way on the other side, a little wiggle, wiggle. Extend your legs, your arms, sweep up as you inhale. As you inhale, and then we'll make our way to the front. Left knee up. Okay, so the variation would be to open that knee onto the side instead of grabbing your toes, so hand to toe. So yeah, I could use a bit more lengthening here through my spine as I open up. Make sure your face, and then I decided to show it to you in front. So we'll go extend, opened, arms to the side, and looking on the other way. I did it a bit fast here. I could have definitely slowed down. And then into our standing pigeon. And doing our theme mudra for our colorful body yoga class. And from under, palms at the chest, right knee up and lower. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. All right, coming back to the front of the mat now. Bring your toes together, your palms at your chest. And sweep the arms up, look up. And exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, long spine. Plant your hands and walk back, downward facing dog. Sweep the right heel up. And so reaching really nice and high and coming on the fingertips of that same side leg. And finally bending the right knee. And so this is optional here to bend the other arm and going as deep as you would like here. And then taking that knee and down for Pigeon Pose. So on a slant, taking your pillow underneath that right thigh, and then figuring out the type of stretch that you want, either coming onto your forearms or staying high. So it's all up to you here, what you would like best. There's a little soft jaw, breathing into the areas of tension, coming back to your colors. Long ins, long outs. And the option here is to kind of crawl onto the left side if you'd like it. And then crawling back up. So breathing in, crown of the head, and exhale out. And then you can come out of it nice and slow. You can come back to that funny Sphinx pose, funny Sphinx on down. And we'll come into a forearm plank, really gathering the core here, breathing in, breathing out, and a full Sphinx. Bending the right knee and then grabbing that shin. And then with the other arm to really finding leverage here. And then we'll turn on to one side. We'll bend the bottom knee and extend the right heel up. This is often referred as Jiva's couch. And trying to not collapse on the other side. And we'll come back onto our bellies. Into traditional Sphinx. Realigning the spine until we come back to forearm plank. But first, into our funny Sphinx, kind of like a half puppy pose, if you will. Forearm plank, curling your toes, long line in the back of the body, coming back, kind of recreating, reimagining that line we assigned at the beginning of class. Hips down, forearms down, and then bend the other leg. Good. And going as deep as you'd like, and you'll turn on the other side and go ahead and Jiva's couch on that side. And bending the bottom leg for sure. And turning back and finding Sphinx. So from here, we'll take tripod stance with our arms. So we're going into headstand. If headstand is not for you, just go in downward facing dog or child's pose. So tripod handstand, your elbows are above your shoulders, roll your shoulders away, really get to the flat part of your head, the top flat part. I'm going a bit fast here. You could spend a few more breath into the preparing position, crossing your legs and making your way up to your headstand. Pulling your rib cage in. I could use a bit more low ribs in here, and then coming back down. Child's pose. So headstand, all the types of downward facing action are really good for the upward chakras, that of the neck and the third eye and the crown. And then we'll go into a variation of Ustrasana, just bringing the blood pressure back down. And come back, downward facing dog. We'll sweep the left heel up. And we'll come on the tippy fingers of the left. If you'd like to bend that knee, you may. Very strong sequence, kind of combining both the restorative but really present. When the sequence is really hard not to be present. So pull back up, okay, and then slowly make your way to pigeon. I got my props on board and settling into pigeon. Coming back to the colors inside me, to the spinal conduit and the rainbow. And perhaps as you are here and utilizing the colors, is there a color that you need more, perhaps one that you need less? All the yoga classes are meant to realign, rebalance, reestablish the core wheels of the body, the core spirals of the body. And so how can, with your breath, really attune to what you need in terms of colors inside you? Okay, so crawling onto the other side now. We'll make our way back slowly, surely. And pulling up, finding our bunny sphinx, Finding funny sphinx. There it is. And then I did a little forearm handstand. So I've been working on that one for years. I just do little hops, but if you are able to come into the full balance, that's great. But we're loving the process here in all of our classes, okay? So again, bring the blood pressure down and coming back, gathering your little pillow, extending your legs out, and we'll go into a little neck and eye yoga sequence. So chin down and then chin up. And you can see here I'm just doing my eye exercise, very third eye exercise. So looking left, looking right, looking up, looking down. Just make it up to you. You could, tell yourself looking to 2 p.m. and then 6 p.m. and then 4 p.m. and kind of just like clearing out the eyes. Of course, being mindful if you have contacts or this is great to do exercise before, if you're in the bed in the morning and before going about your day, really clearing out the eyes. Okay, and we'll go into our mudra for today. I added some movements here up and down, really almost like the pinnacle here of our class with the colors, the rainbows all around. Okay, so onto your backs. And so bringing the knees in, extending. So we'll go into little cat-cows on your backs. Again, recreating the spinal conduit, getting some undulations into your spine. And I find this way of doing cat-cow really works on attuning the spine. Sometimes a little bone gets stuck, if you will, and this really, really helps to find really subtle space. And we'll go into a shoulder stand here. Get your shoulders right in there. Be mindful of your neck always, and bringing your hips as close as you can to your shoulders. I love to get really intuitive and wild here in my shoulder stands. One of the nice floor work we used to do in modern dance. But if this doesn't feel good, then you can just stick with the traditional, shoulder stand. Kind of bringing a bit more water and fluidity to my practice here. And into the hangman. And coming back up, breathe in. And then slowly coming back, holding myself the whole way down. And we'll finish with a spinal twist. Bring the knees in and I turn on the left on the first side. Extend your arms out. And then I extended my top leg, and with my arm, I grabbed the toe. And I went ahead and I opened, kind of like I opened the page of a big book all the way to the other side. And let myself settle here, dropping into my bones, the heaviness of me, keeping all the colors close. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, white. And coming back, and then I just reached my back leg and did a nice front stretch, front hip stretch here. And I can look on the other side. And then pulling the knee in, back in. And I'll come back on my back and I'll do the same on the other side. So bring your knees to the right, both arms together to start. And go ahead, grabbing, you can see it better on this side. And if you don't want to extend your legs, then don't. And coming back and bringing the back leg and grabbing it on the other side, or I should say the top leg, and it grabbing its toes on the other side. Staying present, committed to your practice here, the colors involved. And coming back. And on your backs, bring the thighs in just to realign here. And settling into Shavasana, well-deserved Shavasana after all our ups and downs. So get your shoulders in, bloom out from your hips, trying to be as still as you can in your last rest. Okay, breathing deeper now, little by little. You can bend the left and then the right. We'll make our way in a seat again. And Victor knew at the end of class now. So I'll go back and take my hand under my sits bones. Again, highlighting all my centers. Red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, and pink and white. And then I'll take my hand, one in front of my womb, the other one behind. And I'll do heart charging. One hand in front of my face, one hand behind. And finally, one last conduit, breathing in and let it out. Rainbow, rainbow, victorious rainbow. Bring your palms at the chest. Bow to you. Thank you. Namaste.